Hi all. Do you want to do a part of your PhD in the US and be an Indian cultural ambassador? Yes, we are talking about Fulbright Nehru Doctoral Research Fellowship. And guess what? The call is open and just buckle up, the deadline is approaching. Now, what is it? What is Fulbright Nehru Doctoral Research Fellowship? This Fulbright program is actually a capacity building program, global fellowship between US and many other countries. India is also a part of it. So this is here it is a doctoral support program that is exclusively for PhD scholars to conduct a part of their research and get an audited non-degree course from a US academic institution. And this is usually part of a long-term capacity building program to address the global challenges in key priority areas, and the tenure will be 6 to 9 months. You will get a J1 visa support, monthly stipend. The stipend amount is not publicly disclosed and it varies from the place where you are placed, that is in which state of the US you are placed. And you will get an accident and sickness program as per the US guidelines, round trip economy class air travel tickets, applicable allowances, and a modest affiliation fee. And also, it is important to note that in the doctoral support program, you won't get an allowance for the family. Now, every year the call will be open from February to July 15. July 15 will be the deadline, and now that is it, the deadline is approaching. And every year the number of subjects and the subjects are different. This year they have opened the call for 23 subject areas, and the subject areas are mentioned here. You can have a quick look. Now, what are the eligibility criteria? For being eligible, you should be a PhD scholar or registered for PhD at an Indian institution or university on or before November 1st, 2024. Also, applicants with PhD degree or in the final stage of PhD are not eligible. The expected PhD thesis submission date should be minimum 3 months after the grant end date. That is, there should be a gap of 3 months between the end date of the grant if you get the fellowship and your PhD submission date. And employees of the government of India or state governments are not eligible. And if you are employed in a private firm and maybe a part-time PhD scholar, then you need an endorsement from the employer. And what all documents you need? Mostly all the documents we submit it in PDF format, and be ready with all these documents beforehand itself. You will need a personal statement. I'll explain what is a personal statement and what it should contain in the following slides. Then a CV or a resume which is of maximum 4 pages. That also we will explain. Then a research statement which is the research objectives or the research proposal, and the trick is it should be like 2 pages, maximum 1000 words. Then your UG and PG, that is bachelor's and master's mark sheets and certificates. Then 3 recommendation letters. Here one must be from your PhD supervisor and one must be from outside your institution. And here you are not submitting it by yourself. You will be providing their emails, and the Fulbright will be sending direct link to submit their recommendation letters to the referees. Then there should be a writing sample which is a published or presented paper, an extract from your master's or MPhil thesis which is less than 20 pages. Then there is an annexure which is downloadable from the online application site. Then letter of invitation from the host vendor This is not mandatory but recommended. Then you should have a passport. Now we will see each of these documents one by one. First, research statement. Clear and detailed description of your study or research objectives, and be very clear here because the objectives should be achievable within 6 to 9 months. Don't be over ambitious and give like 4, 5, 6 objectives and all. Even if one will do if it is good and well. And the reasons for wanting to pursue them. Specific about your major field and specialized interest within that field. There will be separate areas in the application form to write this. Also, you have the opportunity to mention about this in the research statement. Then describe the kind of program you expect to undertake. Explain how your study plan fits in with your previous training and your future objectives. You can be ambitious here. Do not mention any specific US university at which you would like to study. Then also clear justification for the need to undertake research in the US or the research objectives in the US. This is very important. Here your research statement should pitch this one, why you need to do this research or particular objectives in the US itself. Personal statement. This is a narrative statement. Narrative statement means it's a description which describes as a story, like how you have achieved your current goals, your journey so far. And it should not be a mere listing of facts or your skills or educational qualifications and all. There is a separate CV, a 4-page CV you are submitting, it will be there. This is like an opportunity for the Fulbright or the selection board to read between the lines. It should be a mention of your journey, your goals, your education, your experiences, interests, career plans, future plans, and your years of experience, all through all in a narrative way, all through examples or with proof. You should, that is the point, with proof. You should not just merely stating like I have this skill or that skill, but if you have something to show that like this I have done which exhibits my this skill, or like that, you can say. It should be like, it should have a flow, it should be short, definitely it should be within 2 pages itself, not more than that, maximum 2 pages. Here also you should also mention important things like why you want to do, what made your interest in this area, your years of experience, and in which you are going to do research in the US. Here also never mention any specific US university or professor under which or at which you would like to study. So this is something like a story about you. This thing, you can be creative, actually you should be creative, but also be within a limit. It should be straightforward too. Now coming to the application process, it is completely an online application, and the call has been opened and the application window is open since February, and it will be like closed on July 15th, that is the deadline. I'll give you the link to the application here, and I'll attach this in the description box as well. The application is a bit lengthy thing, but the good part is you don't have to complete it in one go. You can fill a certain part of it and you can save it and continue later as well. It is like some 6 to 7 pages, and the first part, it is about the personal and academic information, contact information, etc. Then in the academic section, you should apply as a visiting student researcher category. There is like doctoral student, master student, etc. But you should be like for this particular fellowship, you are applying as a visiting student researcher. And there is option to suggest your mentors and upload their letter of invitations. There are areas where you can like suggest some professors and some universities at which you would like to you do your research, and if you have already got any letter of invitations, you can also upload. And in this thing, it is like if you haven't got any letter of invitation while during the application submitting deadline time, you also have the opportunity to upload it later, not through the application process, but you can mail it to them. That is an option there. Then coming to the recommendation letters part, the recommendation letters are directly uploaded by the referees. You are only giving their email address, and the Fulbright team will mail them directly. And here you should make sure that you should be in constant contact with the referees. You should mention about this, and you should ask them to check their mails thoroughly at intervals. And when they upload the recommendation letter, it will reflect in the application process. It is like it is uploaded or submitted like that, it will come. Then there is a supplementary material thing, which is only applicable to certain candidates. Like I said, if you are a private employee, you need an employer endorsement letter, that thing. And also, if you are not receiving your fellowship, PhD fellowship from the university, but from a central body like funding agencies like UGC, CSIR, DST, like that, like UGC, JRF and all, no, like that, then you will need a no objection certificate. If you are a university or institutional fellow, then you don't need this. Then comes a country specific material. This is the annexure which I have told earlier. This is also about the subject which you are going to do, select the subject which you are going to do research in the US, then the sub area of the subjects. If the specific area is not there, you can choose the most closely related area. If your work is also interdisciplinary or transdisciplinary thing, you can select the most allied area. Like that, certain informations are there that also you have to submit. Then you have to submit your passport, all those things. That is it. After completing the application form, you can have a preview of it and you can submit it. Then also you will get a downloadable PDF form which you can keep it with yourself. And after submitting successfully, you will get an email or mail from the Fulbright acknowledging your application submission. Thank you for watching the video. If you would like to have such videos, please do like, share and subscribe. And if you have any doubt regarding this, you can ask them in the comment section. I'll do my best to reply.